Thunderbolt. How does that make you feel? A bit nervous perhaps, with all the thunder, flashes and stuff. Then just think, how would you feel if your enemy was a man called Bayezid the Thunderbolt? He was a friend to some and an enemy to many, and it did not work out for them very well. As with almost every great ruler throughout the course of history, Bayezid was born into a time of despair and distress. The previous Sultan, Murad I, had been killed on the battlefield. The Ottoman state was a newly established sultanate. There were many vassal lordships who were not very happy with their new overlords. The unexpected death of the Sultan was an opportunity for them. They rebelled against the central Ottoman rule. The Byzantine Empire welcomed the whole situation like a pie with a cherry on top. They were the enemies of the Ottomans and did not like them from day one. They took action and recaptured some territories that the Ottomans had conquered, including the city of Thessalonica. The whole picture was not very pretty for the Ottomans. Yet Bayezid was not called the Thunderbolt for nothing. He was very swift when it came to taking action. After making sure that he was proclaimed the Sultan, he punished the rebellious lords by capturing their lands and adding them to the territory of the Ottoman state. The Karaman lords were among the most influential of the lords who rebelled. Their capital was the city of Iconium, in modern-day Konya, Turkey. He went there and with a show of force convinced the Karamans to make peace. After having secured his reign and the integrity of the state territories in Anatolia, Bayezid moved towards the west. He took action against the Wallachian ruler Mircea, who had been implementing aggressive strategies with the help of the Hungarian king. Bayezid was fighting his way around the Balkans while reserving some of his forces to lay siege to Constantinople. He was unable to take the city, but kept it under a blockade for some time. Bayezid initiated a campaign against Hungary and Wallachia. He successfully defeated Mircea. After defeating his foe, he moved against the Bulgarians and executed the Bulgarian king Shishman after defeating him. His campaigns against the Christian lords of Eastern Europe had not gone unnoticed. A Christian army led by the Hungarian king Sigismund faced Bayezid's forces near the fortress of Nicopolis. Bayezid defeated this Christian army. His victories in Anatolia and Europe made Bayezid very famous. He had no intention to stop. He moved to Konya to put an end to Karaman state, which was seen as constantly prone to rebellion. Bayezid wanted to consolidate his power in Anatolia. He gained new territories while moving towards east. While Bayezid was making his name known around Europe and Anatolia, in the east, a tremendous force was watching his actions with concern. Timur Bek, a Turco-Mongolian sultan originating from the steppes of Central Asia, saw himself as the successor of Genghis Khan's goals. It was a problem for him that they were claiming rights on the same lands with Bayezid. They both wanted to establish their rule in eastern Anatolia. Anatolia was once dominated by Mongols and their Ilkhanate vassals. Timur, as the proclaimed successor of Genghis Khan's dreams of domination, wanted to dominate Anatolia. Bayezid, on the other hand, wanted Turkomans like his own people to rule over Anatolia. He wanted every region in Anatolia to belong to the Ottoman state. The wishes of the sultans to rule over these lands caused a conflict. Timur had been carrying out campaigns against Iraq. The whole situation got a lot worse when Bayezid protected those who escaped from Timur. As time passed by, Timur had more and more reasons to attack Bayezid. But Timur was a smart man. He had not re-established Genghis Khan's empire by pure rage and anger. He was a man of sophisticated strategy. Plus, he was religious. He did not want to directly fight Bayezid, who was fighting the enemies of Islam. So he asked Bayezid his support and protection. But he wanted Bayezid to stop protecting his Turkoman rivals. Actually, a huge part of the problem was about nationality and administration. Timur supported Tatars and Mongols. He wanted to reinstate a Tatar domination over Anatolia through vassal states. Bayezid, on the other hand, wanted a Turkoman-dominated Anatolia with a strong central and independent state. It was not very possible for the two sultans to reach an agreement. They wanted things which were very contradictory by nature. Bayezid perceived Timur's offers as an insult to his state's independence. He sent messengers to Timur, and historians claim that Bayezid's letters to Timur was not modest. He openly insulted and challenged Timur to a fight. Timur accepted Bayezid's challenge. He moved to Anatolia. While Bayezid was protecting Timur's enemies, Timur was doing something very similar. As we have said before, Bayezid favored a centralized, uniform state. The lords of the minor states he conquered fled to Timur's side. In addition to this, Timur sent emissaries to Tatar tribes, promising to restore their dominion over Anatolia once Bayezid was defeated. Bayezid gathered his spectacular army, which consisted of Turkomans, Tatars and vassal Serbian troops. He marched towards eastern Anatolia, where he hoped to meet Timur. On his way, word reached him that Timur had already moved as far as central Anatolia and had taken positions near Ankara. The Ottoman forces had to change their direction, and this tired them heavily. The two forces met on the battlefield on a hot summer day. The charge of Timur's forces initiated the battle. While the fighting was going on, Tatars betrayed the Ottomans and started shooting arrows at them. The Ottoman soldiers were shaken by this event. To make things worse, Timur sent in his war elephants. During the heat of the battle, some soldiers saw their old lords on Timur's side. They had not forgotten how Bayezid took their lord's power. They switched sides and started fighting for Timur. The Ottoman army, quite naturally, could not handle two betrayals in a row. The whole situation was dire. There was no way out of it. Things got out of control for the Ottomans. Bayezid's sons understood that the battle could not be won. They had to stay alive to make sure the state was not left without a leader. They left the battlefield. One of them, Musa, was captured. Bayezid was trapped. He could not escape. Timur's troops captured him. There are different historical accounts about how Bayezid was treated by Timur. Some claimed that he was mistreated, while others claimed that Timur treated him like a guest and mourned his death after he died in captivity. We cannot know which of these accounts were true, but it is known that Timur did not try to root out Bayezid's offspring. He released Musa from captivity and made him his vassal. He forgave Bayezid's other sons and made them his vassals. The Ottoman state was now shattered into vassal states ruled by Timur. Bayezid's sons became the lords of these vassal sub-states and stayed that way until one of them, Mehmed, reunited these vassal states under a single banner. But that is a story for another time.